Well, here it is Sunday, Arizona. Didn't have much to do today. Thought I'd just go for a little ride. Maybe I'll go out to the old town site and we'll do some looking around out there. Let's go do that. Much left out here. Bunch of old cans, trash, cans everywhere down there. Look at all these tin cans. Man, tons and tons of tin cans down there. Other people have been coming up here throwing their trash all over the place, you can see. But there's not many buildings left up here. There's one building. I'm going to probably assume, I'd guess that this was probably maybe like an assay building. You can tell people vandal. That'd be my guess. This was probably like an assay building. And the reason I think that for is because if you come in here, look in here, there's a bunch of old ore bags. A lot of them have been ripped open from the rats and mice and that, but those are ore bags. All right there. So there's foundations all over the place. There's a big mine up there. Old Harqahala. Once upon a time, this town only had about 500 residents staying in here in the main town site. But there's probably miners and campers that worked in the mines and just stayed out there in the deserts every place. They had a post office here that was established in 1891, and it operated for a while, and then it was discontinued at the end in 1932. The biggest lode veins are up there on that hill right over there. It's the Golden Eagle and the Bonanza veins. They were established around 1888. And hard to believe, once upon a time, this place had a 20-stamp mill. Wow, and they used to pour 400-pound ingots. Imagine how heavy that would be. But this was quite the town. Not much left now. A lot of it's been vandaled, torn apart. But we'll look at what's here. Building, you can see it's coming apart, it's falling down. While the old wood structure's still there, but it's still intact. These buildings are pretty sturdy, actually, but crumbling down over time. Weathering and age has taken its toll here. And they may have even had a fire once upon a time in this building, since you can see the fire has been burnt. Look at all that tailings over there. Whew. Full of it. Years and years ago, they used to have some big old, like, water tank things out there. Big old water tanks. A couple of them sitting out here someplace, but they've been long gone. You get back up in the top up in here, and there's just mine shafts and mines all over the place out there. Cuts and digs all over. They had to kind of help reinforce the roads through here so it wouldn't cave in. Another building, or what's left of it. It's like the old fireplace. That's all that's here. Assuming that's probably what that was a fireplace. Maybe it was all made out of wood. The stairs leading up to it. A lot of times back in those days when the mines shut down and people moved on, they took the wood with them. You know, the shafts down there, shafts here. That's kind of been caved in, doesn't go down that deep. It's funny, maybe this place was built and the shaft was right inside there, right inside their house. They'd get up out of bed during the mornings, nighttime, can't sleep, just start digging. All the tin cans. So I'm assuming someplace there had to be a kitchen area up in here. And this was the remnants of where they threw all their cans and garbage at, right there. It's a lot of beans. A lot of beans. But not much left of this town, old Harqahala. There's a cemetery. Maybe we'll go over and look at the cemetery too. May have been deep mine, going back down in there. Just rolls and rolls of cuts. Stuff. Cement slabs all over the place. Funny that these sink looking things as drains, you see a lot of them throughout here. They must have had a lot of water. Don't know where they were getting their water from. There's got to be a well around here, I guess, someplace, but they were getting water from someplace. That's obvious. All of that over there. Of course, those big tanks probably held water, so I'm going to assume that the well was probably over there or someplace. And of course the graveyard. Supposedly there's about 50 graves here. Some of them look pretty small if you look at them. Of course this one here has to be important because he's got like the biggest grave. cemented, and people put coins on the grave. Look at some of these. Oh, they're kind of small looking. Maybe kids. But that's pretty well lit for the cemetery. And sometimes you get tourists, you know, they love to come out and view stuff, go for rides, come on out to the deserts. But as you can see, not much left of this town, so we might as well head on out and head back to the home front. So thanks for coming along. See y'all later. Somebody doing some sampling.